in season 2. I can't believe we're still here. We're making it. We're doing it, guys. I'm Dennis Scott.
Vanessa Estrada.
Your favorite realtor, Sirrom Alizem.
Okay, so Sirrom, please
Jumping in, baby.
Start us off with your pits and peaks of the
So
week.
here's what it is, man. This is what it do. So essentially, I set up a pest and home inspection for a property that's going to be hitting the market soon. So watch out for that.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. And so I had everything on time. Everybody showed up. So yeah, I set up a home and pest inspection and had everything lined up. So everything was on time. Unfortunately, when I got there and when the inspectors got there, we had people that were inside the home.
Oof, tenants.
And, not all tenants is bad tenants, you feel me? So I'm not going to say that. However, they were just in the way. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, it just things weren't together. And there was a lot of, stepping over feet, so to speak.
Yeah.
And, that, although it doesn't stop the inspections, it doesn't make it as smooth. And what that doesn't allow someone as myself to do is to be able to kind of speak openly about what needs to happen or what needs to change, because people who are there, they feel, tenants do have rights. So, and it's easy. People are easily offended. I just say that.
Yeah.
So sometimes they kind of just.
When you're intruding into their space,
right,
of course.
they feel intruded. You know what I mean? Like you in their space and then you talking about the things that are wrong. And since they've been there, you know what I mean? It kind of falls on them, but it doesn't. You feel me? So it's a weird situation. But essentially, yeah, that was kind of the pit of it, because it was like, man, like trying to get things done. However, we were stepping over feet. And, but the peak of that is that the inspection happened, everything came back clean.
Nice.
So
awesome.
So fortunately, it took a little bit longer than was needed. Mm-hmm. Everything came back clean. There wasn't no safety or hazard or anything health and safety was Gucci.
Absolutely.
So fortunately, everything's gonna be moving around smoothly with that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
What about you, Vanessa?
For me, I would say that my peak of the week, I actually have a couple besides, getting buyers pre-approved in this market and all that good stuff. Yeah. Did a lot of that last week. But my biggest peak of last week had to have been when my appraisal report came back for the home that we're in contract on. Nice. And it came in $15,000 above the value that we were offering. So my clients are already going into the home with equity. And in this market, that's like huge. So I'm super excited for my buyers, and we're just having a good time.
That's what's up.
Your peak kind of hints to what's going on right now.
Yeah, which is totally
don't give it
on
away.
par.
Don't give it away.
So, let's continue with yours and go from there.
Sure. My peak of the week is, being able to utilize my degree with my profession now. So I have my degree in visual effects and motion graphics. So last week I was able to, help one of the top producing agents with some media. And it was a great opportunity. Now, my pit with that also, last week was a very busy week for me personally, just for graduations, working with clients, and now picking up this new responsibility. So it was, time blocking was a major priority that week. So just having to juggle personal life, professional life, and obligations at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was not so much of a pit, more as it was just
I feel like that's so
I'm
fun.
burning my candle at both ends.
Yeah.
Ooh, right.
Yeah. So yeah.
I know. I'm like, oh.
And there you have it.
And there you have it. So Vanessa, how about we talk about what do we have interesting about this week's celebrity real estate news?
So this week's celebrity real estate news is pretty interesting, if I do say so myself. So we are going to be covering the Rhode Island home that inspired the film The Conjuring, because it actually was on market. Well, it was, on the market, listed at $1.2 million. Keep in mind, this is in Rhode Island, Harrisville to be exact. It's not, the prices are not that, so super interesting. It actually got into contract $300,000 over asking. So it was listed at $1.2 million. However, it is in contract at $1.525.
Ooh, okay.
Yes. And then listen to this. It's not that big of a home, okay? It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom. Yes, 3,100 square foot home, but it's sitting on 8.5 acres.
Okay.
So it's got, plenty of land. Yeah. However, this home is quote unquote haunted.
Oh, wow.
So, and keep in mind, this property received over 10 offers. Wow. So there was a ton of people. Yeah, the popularity of like the story, the legend.
Gothic folks who just want to live.
Yeah, they want to go there.
Oh yeah,
it was probably a whole bunch of coats.
Well,
and shit.
Get this: the buyer cannot live in the actual home.
What?
So you're purchasing the property, but you can't live in it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let me tell you. Okay.
Yeah,
so. The people that were over here putting in offers, actually the buyers had to be interviewed by the sellers to get their offer accepted. So it's
That's
like a whole
different
thing.
That's different.
Yeah. And so the buyer that they got into contract with is a Boston real estate developer. Her name is Jacqueline Nunez, a Latina queen.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and there were actually already overnight stays booked at this property for 2022. So she agreed to, honor those overnight stays that were pre-booked. So that's awesome. But yeah, the sellers specified that buyers cannot live in the home for their own safety. However,
for their own safety? What does that mean?
So the previous owners that used to live there, apparently they would see apparitions. Their mother actually levitated and got thrown 20 feet through the house. That traumatized
so there's demons
the kids.
In there?
Apparently, but apparently the buyer, Nunez, she doesn't believe that the home contains a demon, like how they depicted it.
Don't believe.
Yeah. So the previous owners were actually investigators as well. So Jen and Corey Heinzen were previous investigators. So it's like a whole thing. So if you guys want more on that, let me know. But
I think I just watched one of them movies recently.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was like based on a true story where some dude got off in doing some time. He actually got 5 years, but got manslaughter.
Oh yeah, the one that killed, and he said that the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. That one's a good one. That one's a good one as well.
Matter of fact, I just watched that.
You recommend it?
No. Not for everybody. Not for everybody, you feel me? But I know a special someone out there that do like horror films.
Oh, okay.
So, hey,
but basically that family, the Perrons, I'll put their name on the screen. I don't know how to say it. But they're the ones that contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, which are the investigators that are highly well known, that are in all the Conjuring, type of saga.
I used to watch Paranormal Activity. I used to love that show.
Oh my God, yeah.
So,
I used to watch Ghost Adventures all the time.
Hell yeah. But then you realize, something's weird about this.
Oh my God, but guess what? When I worked at the boardwalk, they went to the boardwalk and I got to see that.
Oh, that's cool.
The actual Ghost Adventure people. But anyways,
cool. So
that's
let's
that.
leave Casper the Friendly Ghost alone.
Hello.
So now getting into it,
Hello.
Your peak of the week gave a little foreshadowing to what's going on in the market right now. This big market shift, buyers not having as much purchase power, interest rates hovering in the range of 5%. Even though this past week we've seen the interest rates roll back a little bit. What? Interestingly enough, last week interest rates were at, according to Freddie Mac, we're at 5.25. This week, let's see what it is. Last time, 5.1.
Yeah, 5.1.
Yeah, so we're going backwards.
We're going backwards. What does that mean for you as the buyers? Are sellers having their home on the market for longer and are not seeing crazy overpriced offers?
Not only that, we're starting to see a ton of price adjustments or decreases.
I saw a price adjustment after 8 days.
Let me tell you, in the last 7 days, I pulled up the MLS. In the last 7 days, there have been 32 decreases in our area, just Santa Cruz County.
But you know what? We don't call them decreases. We call them improvements.
Price improvements. It's just the marketing of it, really.
Yeah.
But if I'm talking to a buyer, I'm telling them this was a decrease. But if I'm
when I'm
telling
talking to
a
the seller, hey,
seller,
we're going to improve the price so that way it's more feasible for everybody.
Yeah. So it depends who you're talking to.
So Sirrom, what does this mean for the buyers? What is this shift in the market? This reverberation in the market. What does that mean for the buyers?
Well, realistically, what that means is that y'all got a fighter's chance, man.
Yeah.
It's swinging back around to help y'all out. The market is not crashing. But at the same time, it's leveling out. And it's based on 3 factors really that people don't really pay attention to, but it's a trajectory thing. that us as professionals, we can look at the stats. We can look at the previous year, the 3 years prior to that, and even 5 years. We can go as far back as we want. But interest rates, inflation, and the increase of the actual homes that are actually hitting the market.
Yeah, the inventory.
The inventory, exactly. Thank you. The 3 I's. So, what that does is it helps the buyers out. It helps them. There's more out there for them. The prices are more, realistic, even though, we call it that for everybody. So it gives them more of a chance. So what that does is, lets you know you've been waiting around, you've been working with us. Now's your time to shine.
Not only that, sorry to cut you off, but I was going to mention right now we're in that age, like you said, graduations. Yeah. This is the first year in about 2 years that people can actually travel again.
Yep. Physically go to the graduations.
Not only that, people are taking trips now. So you're seeing a lot of those buyers leave on vacation. They got stuff going on in their lives, and it's not really, so if you are a seriously interested buyer, this is one of the greatest moments to go in and swoop something up.
It is. Now, to that point also, it's not going to be a crazy influx of inventory. No. Think of like a slow trickle. Like if you had a pipe flowing the water, this is like a slow leak. That's some extra inventory is going to come up, because what's going to happen is sellers are going to realize, oh, I need to get my house on the market now so I can maximize at least something right now, because what's happening for sellers and how this affects the sellers is, you can't really right now list your home expecting to get 200,000, 300,000 over asking. Whatever you list, if you list your home right now at 1.2, expect to get 1.2.
Yeah.
So list your property at what you want to get at minimum, at least. You know what I mean? Right. Because expecting this market, as Vanessa, you just got your property appraised for $15K over, so your buyers are buying into equity.
Yeah, totally.
No,
and that's a thing too. We were super worried about the appraisal, and I had told my buyers, like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm like, in this market, we've actually been seeing the homes appraised at value or above, because they take into consideration all the market conditions as well as the value of surrounding areas, the area that you're in, everything. So because of that, it is like the values are going up. Yeah. Even though people are like, it's overpriced. The professionals, the appraisers, the bank sends them. They're telling you that it's where it's at. Right. So,
and look, and buyers beware. Because at the end of the day, y'all got to remember this. Although the interest rates are starting to kind of come down, slightly, that doesn't necessarily mean that house prices are going to go down. Right. And I think people get that misconstrued. Right. They think, oh, interest rates are coming down, so houses are going to start coming down. And that's why I said earlier about the crash. Right. It's not a crash. But see, people think like the house prices are going to go down, but that's not what we're seeing. That's not what was projected. That's not what we're seeing. But fortunately for y'all, because the interest rates are coming down, it gives you a fighter's chance, like we said, and that helps you out long run with your actual payments, your mortgage payments, because that's what the interest rates is about. It's your payments monthly to purchase this home.
Right. At what percentage you're purchasing this money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's what you need to wrap around. Is like what you're doing when you're purchasing a home. You're buying money at a rate of of interest. So right now interest rates are, for whatever reason, another, if it's the inflation, if it's whatever, it's going back. So you have to reconsider, if you were sitting on the sidelines, okay, is this a time right now to take a
Yeah, I think I had read something about the Fed saying that they, like, not saying that they messed up, but kind of saying like, oh shoot, like
they did it too fast.
Yeah, it came too quick.
Weekly. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, everybody was
going up
out.
a point. And then what do we know about every time it goes up at 1 point?
You're losing 10% buying power.
10% buying power.
So that's what we mean by buyers used to go up here and sellers were right here. Now, like, buyers are coming down, so sellers have to kind of meet somewhere in the middle. They can't,
The expectations.
They aren't getting as many offers. I was just talking to my mentor. I was over there Saturday, and he was saying how he had just gotten his seller to sign an offer at value, and the seller was like, oh, maybe we should wait 2 more days. Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? You have an offer in hand at value. Take it.
Yeah.
This is not the market. The market is shifting, so for you sellers and for you buyers, this is a unique time within a unique time of real estate. So be aware, get with a realtor like, Sirrom, Vanessa, or myself, who studies the market, who analyzes it, as if an NBA player or an NBA coach would analyze game footage. You know,
Seriously, though.
you know, that's yeah, seriously. What do we have next? You know.
I mean, really, what is it? You know, at the end of the day, we're here for y'all, you know, and we appreciate y'all watching. We really hope that y'all kind of get involved, man. Let us know where you're at. Let us know, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? What concerns do you have? What, you know, what questions do you got? You know, you got 3 beautiful people right here that can give you all the answers you need. You feel me? We just one click away. So make it happen, Kevin.
No, seriously.
Sure. You know, guys, you know, if you're still with us at this 17-minute mark, you know, please do us a favor and like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know, it takes less than 5 seconds to do all of those things. Free. And it's free. It helps us out tremendously. And we hope we're bringing you value. You know, you can find me on Instagram. I'm Dennis Scott at dennis.scott realty.
And you can find me at Vanessa Estrada.realtor on Instagram.
All right, and I'm Salazim_realty at IG.
For sure. Thank you guys for watching us. You know, we are the Real Life Realtors, and hope to see you next week.